there is only one bar stands out. This is a change of character bar that happened on last Wednesday, 18th of December. In terms of the magnitude to the downside, it's minus 3.05%. This is by far the largest downward movement that we have ever seen in this year. By just comparing the magnitude of the candle, that's minus 3% and a lot worse than this pullback. Look at this supply. Comparing the supply level, that is localized increase of the supply, but slightly lower than this pullback. That's still quite significant. Nikki say, how is this compared to August down move? That's a good question. That's the extensive down move pullback. If we compare to the supply level, that's on par with this bar. In terms of the magnitude to the downside, this is a lot worse. So that's minus 3%, and that is minus 0.7%. Even if we compare to the largest down bar, but this is not a good comparison because this is a capitulation bar where we have a lot of the demand showing up here as shown in this demand tail. Take a look at this last upswing. This move lasts for 2 to 3 weeks. It just took one bar to completely wipe out this move. That is significant. This shows a lot of the weakness in the market. This whole chunk right here, look at this. All this movement to the upside is showing a lot of the grinding up movement. Even though we have a localized increase of the volume, we do not have vibrant movement to the upside like this. A lot of this up move is due to the lack of supply. There is low supply in this area. Not much supply showing up until we see some exhaustion of the demand and suddenly a lot of the profit taking that tank the market with increasing of the supply and the sharp movement to the downside. Although we already see 2 days rebound that happened on Friday and yesterday, this rebound only come about halfway of this Dow bar. Doesn't really look that impressive. If we get the hourly chart, look at where it stopped. This is hourly bar. Further test, rebound, test, and just stop and stall right at this resistance level, 60.40. If it just have some rejection and increasing of the supply, some localized increase will be good enough to just push the price down. We should see a lower low test. Means it's going to break the swing low. This is the bar that it just failed to test. Hopefully, if today, low volume day, or even next week, low volume week, we could see some further move up. It failed to move up to around 6100 or 6120. Then likely we'll see a further down move because of the excessive supply in this bar, and that require more testing. We could take a look at this whole move right here. This whole chunk right here have this change of character. After this, could this be uptrust? If it break down here, we could really see another down move and test 56 to about 55, and it could become a prolonged trading range. There's a change of character, uptrust, coming back, bouncing up and down. That could be a large trading range. That's something that we need to be aware of. I tend to assume that we're going to see a lower low test, means this low is going to be taken out and likely to test 5800, overshoot, break down and swing to about 5700 or even 5600. 5800 is quite an important level. It's likely to get tested. That should become more choppy and increase of the volatility, because we already see there's localized increase of the supply. There is a increasing of the volatility as shown on this bearish bar. Here should mark an end of this immediate up move. There could be choppy and consolidation movement. I'd like to point to another important bar, which is this election bar, 6th of November. This is still considered as holding up. We only have just intraday spring, break below 5900, and then back up If this bar is violated, it's likely going to break down, and we should see it quickly go to 5800 and to take out this some illustration to the downside and attract some buyers and to chop around from here. Once this election bar is taken out, violated, we should expect a prolonged trading range. That could be the scenario, change of character, uptrust movement, break down below, and keep chopping around.